this mistake is ruining your sound on the clarinet. So many clarinetists praise themselves by saying, I always practice on bad reeds. I can use all of the reeds in the box and I don't waste any reeds. Okay, and this is exactly the mistake we will speak about today. When I was around 19, 20 years old was exactly the time when I stopped playing on bad reeds. I stopped practicing on bad reeds and I stopped going to rehearsal with bad reeds. Even 1 or 2 years later, I eliminated the medium quality reeds completely from my playing. Why? Okay, so if you play on bad reeds, your ear and your brain gets used to the bad sound. It gets used to a slight fuzziness. It gets used to fuzzy attacks. It gets used to an uncomfortable feeling. It gets used to just the sound that you get from a bad reed. By the way, thanks for hanging out together with me today in this short little video. I want to give you something for free as a little thank you. It's my mini masterclass about the 4 types of articulation. If you don't know exactly what the 4 types of articulations are, that's not optional to know. Okay, it's a must-know knowledge for every serious clarinet player out there. And I put it in a nice little video format for you. Okay, so everything put together nicely so that you can understand the 4 types of articulation. You can download it down in the description below right now. Now, on the other hand, if you from now on just play on good reeds, okay, you throw all the bad reeds out and you throw maybe also the lower medium ones out, from now on your brain will become used to playing always, every day, without exception, with a good sound, okay? And this will increase your baseline, okay? So if you have a baseline quality of sound that is up here, then suddenly, if you go down here, it's already such a dissonance in your brain that you feel bad about it because your baseline is up here. Your baseline of sound, of what you are allowing yourself to sound like. If you're just a little bit below, you will feel bad. But, so what's happening? When you practice on bad reeds, your baseline of playing gets here. And then suddenly, if you get a good reed and your sound, your quality of sound is going up here, you will feel so good about yourself because your baseline of what you're used to hearing yourself sounds like is down here. And now with a good reed, you came up to here and now you're so satisfied and you get all of those dopamine hormones, serotonin hormones that make you feel good because you raised yourself above baseline. Okay, so make sure with the reeds that your baseline is up here, that you're not allowing yourself even to go down here, and that you should always, every day, in every practice, get the best sound possible. Because just like this, you will get used to this, to make it your personality, that your sound is good. Okay, so it has to become a basic part of your personality that you play with a good sound. I am a clarinet player with a good sound every day. Okay, and this will never be possible if you allow yourself to practice with bad reeds. If you allow yourself to practice with bad reeds have a bad sound, bad reeds have a bad attack, and bad reeds are much more difficult to play, which will make you tense in the embouchure, which will not help your sound also afterwards with the good reeds because you're tensed up here. But Fabian, reeds are so expensive. Yeah, congratulations, you chose an expensive hobby, so pay for it. Okay, so it's not an option to play on bad reeds because your brain will get used to having a bad sound and this will become your baseline, so that's not possible. So how many reeds in one pack should you actually play on? Okay, if you're lucky, you can play on very many reeds in a pack, but on average, I would say that you should play in a Van Doren reed box on around 2 to 3 out of the 10 reeds. You will throw 7 away and you will play on 2 or 3 reeds out of the box, okay? And those 2 or 3 reeds, you can be absolutely sure that you can produce a good sound on them. And if it's not sounding good on a certain day, it's absolutely your fault, and you can then with clarinet technique get a good sound on them to enhance your clarinet technique. You always know it's your fault if they don't sound good, because just getting into the habit of giving the fault to the reed. It's the reed's fault that my sound wasn't good. So don't play on this reed. It's obviously not not helping you to play on a reed that you can blame for a bad sound or a bad attack or a note not coming or whatever. So as a rule of thumb, you could say play on 2 or 3 reeds out of the box if it comes to Wanderen reeds. If you still think you can't afford them, just think about it, how the perception of other people towards your playing will change. If you will become the person that always plays with a good sound, you will be asked for better gigs, you will be asked for better concerts, you might win auditions, okay? Because other people will perceive you as the one player with always a good sound. So if this is worth for you throwing 2 or 3 more reeds away than usual, I would definitely do it. It makes sense for me, and it made sense over the past 7-8 years to do this. And it's much more fun to play on good reeds. Okay, so I always say life is too short to play on bad reeds, and that's just the way it is. If we practice on bad reeds, we feel bad, the day's bad, it's not fun, and we also don't make a lot of progress. If you want to get my 10-step break-in process for reeds, go watch this video here right now.